Hi guys, it's Spencer. Welcome to Space Reads. Today I'll be reviewing The Rithmatist by Brandon Sanderson. The Rithmatist is currently a standalone, but it's definitely part of a series. Just after reading it, you know that there's something else that's going to happen in this world. But jumping into kind of the setting of this world, it's a little bit like an alternate America. I want to say it's a little bit dystopian, but there are a lot of steampunk or slash gear punk elements to it. For most of the story, it is set in this school, so there's a little bit of academia vibes. Not necessarily dark academia, but definitely academia. And we follow our main character, Joel, who is not a Rithmatist. Now, Rithmatists in this world are these people who basically have magical abilities. Like, the magical system of this world is based on like drawing with special chalk. By drawing like certain figures and circles on the ground, they make these drawings come to life and attack each other. Like, that's the way they kind of duel. And only a few select people are chosen by the religious institution to be Rithmatists, and unfortunately Joel isn't one of those. However, he is obsessed with Rithmatics, like the entire magic system, and the story sort of has a murder mystery kind of theme where there are missing children and everyone's just trying to figure out what happened to them because these students happen to be Rithmatists, so clearly that is an attack on the Rithmatists in this world, and so Joel and a few friends try to solve this mystery. This is a middle grade book. However, I feel like I'm not entirely sure if I would have appreciated this at a younger age. Like, it is marketed towards middle grade, and there are definitely middle grade elements to it. Like, our main characters are kind of middle grade. I mean, they're older middle grade, but yeah, I'm just not sure how well this book will appeal to like really young readers, because in terms of readability, I still don't think Brandon Sanderson is the best middle grade writer. I felt like Alcatraz was a little too young for me, whereas Rithmatist is a little too old middle grade for me. So it's kind of hard to recommend this to a middle grade reader, but as a young adult aged reader, I feel like it's pretty hard to classify what age range this is marketed for exactly. Overall, I thought this book was pretty good. It's definitely different from what I'm used to reading or what I usually reach for. This is only my second steampunk slash gearpunk novel that I've read. The first one that I've ever read was The Peculiar by Stefan Bachmann. Even though I'm not used to this kind of setting, I still enjoyed it a lot. I loved following our main characters, Joel and Melody. I can't say I like them as characters necessarily, but just their friendship dynamic I really enjoyed seeing. In terms of the story, I felt pretty neutral all throughout. Like, I wasn't super excited, although there were a lot of great parts. I wasn't also bored or disappointed, although there were a lot of slower parts too. There's a certain theme in this book that is discussed, but I think that's kind of a spoiler, so I'm not going to say what, but that discussion particularly, I really appreciated it. It hit really close to home, and I really love that about this book. In terms of when the magic system comes into play, like when characters draw circles on the ground and duel with each other, it was a little bit hard for me to imagine without thinking that this is actually gonna look really ridiculous if I saw this like on a screen or just like in real life, to see people drawing on the ground and just like dueling that way. But once I got kind of over the fact that that's how the magic system works, it was a really enjoyable and interesting read. I love just the different dynamics of this magic system. This is going to be kind of a 3.5 star rated book for me. Then the last chapter came. I swear, Brandon Sanderson always redeems his book by the last bit. The last chapter came and I had to bump this to a full 4-star rating because it was just so good. It was so eventful, and there were just a lot of really cool and awesome okay, I'll just say heartwarming scenes. So that's my overall rating and review for The Rithmatist. I am in no rush for the second book to be done and for me to read it. I'm not even sure how soon that will be because Brandon Sanderson kind of has a lot of books to write. But that isn't to say that I'm not excited for the sequel. I'm actually genuinely interested in how the sequel plays out, because there's a lot more to explore in this world and just with certain characters. If you've read The Rithmatist, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you have not read it, do you think you'll pick it up? Do you think it's a pass for you? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please forget to subscribe so that you can do it later, and have a great day.